All right, let's do this, folks. Where are you at? Right there. Surprise for you. Actually, more for me. But yes, that's where we just came from. I can't even see if y'all can see that. Of course you can. So behind those 2 bags that you just saw from Whole Foods are 2 more bags. About $230 overall as far as total goes. Cost of the groceries, that is. Y'all know what day it is? Day 3. It is finally here, our 3rd day. It's not even what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to the 4th day. So Wednesday I started day. It is now Friday. I have been fasting for 68 hours. I think I had a question, so leave a comment in the comments below. I had a question that I wanted to ask the group in the boot camp, in the King's Transformation thing that I'm doing. We'll go over that in a minute. Again, if you want to know more, look at the previous videos. But I had a question concerning when is the appropriate time to begin the quote-unquote fast. So that's not even the right way I want to ask it. It's at what point do you consider yourself fasting after your last meal? So do you start, does your time, let's say you want to fast for a day or 2 days or 3 days, 4 days, so if you want to take 24-hour fast, at what point do you start that clock? I think that's my question. I am not good at fasting, so to put myself into perspective for you guys, my 2 biggest downfalls, my 2 hardest habits to pick up so far along this King's initiation process, of the let's say 10 to 15 habits that I really want to get nailed, the do's and the do nots. So they're both in there. Quite honestly, the do nots are easier as long as I replace those habits with something else. Do you guys want a background at all? That's all right. I look so good today. Look at how my skin's just clearing up from the fasting. Bone broth too. We're gonna go into that one in a second too. I got it going right now. We're rushing home to get it taken care of. It's been sitting for 21 hours about, and it's good. It's very good. I spoke to the people at Buckeye Meats. Don't worry, I'm not getting distracted. We'll get into everything. K-Day is still among us, but the bone broth is so on my head right now. I've been fasting. I have not fasted in a while. Bone broth is rocking. I went to Buckeye Meats in Streetsboro, and they hooked me up. About $60 for the next 2 months worth of bone broth. And yeah, it's going to be golden, liquid gold, what we call it. And yeah, we are back on it. Got my lemons. Sea salt's already a part of the diet, so we're just going to add that to the drink. It's perfect. It's going great. To stick with the diet, I am going nuts. Let's talk about the fast before we talk about the food that we're going to be ingesting afterwards. So the fast sucks, folks. It sucks. Oh my God. Like I said, the top 2 things that top 2 habits that are just, it's the hardest in the world. Probably cold shower is probably harder than fasting for me, which is a really surprise, because you're to add up the time, quite literally, I'm standing in a shower for maybe, did you just see that spit? I'm standing in a shower for maybe, in a cold shower, right? Because I have to start warm and then go down temperature. So I'm in a cold shower for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and that's on a good day, right? So 3 to 5 minutes of cold shower or a 72-hour fast. Holy fuck, it's surprising to think of it like that, because I've done a 3-minute cold shower before. It's not like I haven't. But now that I'm doing them first thing in the morning, right after my walk, if I do, this is only day 3, so I haven't really developed a routine yet. If I do it in the morning, there's like, there's such a small chance. It's so hard. It is so difficult to do a cold shower first thing in the morning. But I did one the first day. The second day, I did not do my cold shower. And I even tried to give myself what did they call it in today's meeting? Like a treat, right? I've said that in like one of the other videos. They call it like a treat. And technically, you're not really supposed to treat yourself, right? Just because you had a good day. That's not really the point. However, it's up to the individual, so to speak. And there's a lot that can be gone into this. Like I like talking about this a lot. Like how do you decide what is right or wrong? How do you decide when your brain or your heart or your balls, it's your instincts, it's your I like to call it your godness, right? It's speaking to you and saying, yeah, that's a good idea. That's an okay move. Or yeah, no, that's not a good idea. I don't want to go into that right now. However, that's definitely saved for another video. I'm doing okay as far as I'm surprising myself, quite honestly. As far as setting goals goes, like I said in I think the last video, Day 2 maybe, I like to set goals. When I set my habits down, I set them at 2 at a time, at most, right? So if you start exercising, honestly, that's like one big fucking habit. That's like a big one. So if you were to make a second one, I would suggest, or I would do myself, I would do like drinking a lot of water, right? You're drinking a specific, drinking like salt water, for sodium, for your electrolytes and whatnot. Just to change it up a little bit. But that's like a little bit of an easier habit to pick up. 2 habits simultaneously, as long as you can keep them both up for 3 days, 3 weeks, 3 months, you're good to go. You're on point. I'm looking at 10 to 15 habits right now, and thankfully I am able to justify it in my head. So the King's Initiation, the point of it is to basically, what I've said before, to compare it to boot camp, literally boot camp, military boot camp, almost identical. You're supposed to feel that level. That's what I'm comparing it to. Like I remember boot camp very well. It's not hard to forget. It's not easy to forget. Even with my memory, the point is to feel bad. The point is to develop the discipline, and that's never easy. Discipline takes routine, takes consistency, takes habits, and those take time to develop. So boot camp is 100% difficult. I think it's definitely more difficult than what I'm going through now. However, just like I said in the last video, I'm pretty sure I did, it's a lot easier when you have camaraderie, when you have a leadership mentor right there with you, who will literally be breathing down your neck, telling you yes, no, right? Accountability, right? You have your brothers in arms. You've got your battle partners right beside you, in King's Initiation, in King Transformation. You don't have that. It's not there. It's all reliant up to you. So I'm not doing too bad. Like, I missed a cold shower yesterday, and I'm not doing great with exercise. I'm justifying it with the simple fact that I'm fasting, right? I have not fasted in a while, and I'm massaging. I'm doing my massage and lacrosse ball, lot more intense on my calves and hamstrings and glutes, because I did exercise. On Monday, the day before I started, I went hammy with a good buddy of mine, my old training partner from back in the day, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. What am I, 34? Yeah, we're looking at 10 plus, 12 plus years going on that I worked out with him, and it was great. It was absolutely phenomenal. I'm pretty sure today is more of a feeling, the lack of like a lethargy. I feel lethargic, but I think that's from a little bit more of being lack of food, right? Being a fasting stage. But yesterday and 2 days ago and 3 days ago, I've had 3 days of a pretty kind of rough pain in my legs. I did, like I said in the last video, I think they're called reverse hypertrophy. But I know what hypertrophy means. It doesn't mean an exercise. That just means what your muscles go into when they are breaking down. Any specific style. So 8 to 12 reps is hypertrophy. Reverse hyperextension? Maybe that one's it. Reverse hyperextension. Not for your low back, but for your hamstrings. So target your hamstrings and glutes. They rocked me. Riggedy wrecked me. And it's thankfully during the day at work, I've been able to sit down and stay seated in a vehicle for the greater portion of the day. So now that's a great thing. It'd probably be better if it's definitely better for you to walk and run and get that lactic acid built up out of you, right? The more you move, the faster that pain goes away. I guarantee it, and I know it's true. But you never want to do it. You never want to run on when your legs hurt. It's a fucking terrible feeling. But essentially, you do it for like a quarter of a mile, and you feel fine. It's literally just like that. It's that good. You relieve that lactic acid buildup, and you're good. So I think that's enough for the fasting. Let's go into the future diet. Future diet is looking positive. So I have 7 lemons. I'm going to start easy, so we'll start very simple. 7 lemons, cut in half a lemon a day with the bone broth every morning. Lemon bone broth sea salt, like I've mentioned in videos before, it's back on. Yeah, plain and simple. Good to go. That's an easy one. We have Whole Foods is vegetables, so I have one box. Let's say I have about 2 meals. You know what? Let's back up a little bit. Let's just go back a little bit. I'm going to do this time-wise because I'm in the moment of time being in like 2 hours. In about an hour, I'm going to be at home preparing the bone broth. I'll be making the bone broth. So what I plan on doing, what I've already considered doing, and it should be about 70 to 72 hours since my last meal. And I'm so stuck in this mode of like what I want to eat and when I want to do it that I don't think I can get around it and be like, oh, I'm just going to take another day. I'm ready to go. So here's my plan. As I make the bone broth, I'm going to be removing all the bones and essentially, I think I have just to tell you, I've got a good amount of bones. So if you were to buy bones from the grocery store with the broth, with the oh shit, just had it too. Gelatin, the marrow, right? Bone marrow is where the broth comes in. I bought a good 6 bags, so it's probably about 3 pounds, maybe 4 pounds of bone marrow from the bones. And I just put all those in. I have about 6 chicken backs in there, 3 whole chickens, including those backs. So the extra portion of the chickens in there as well, the bones from the chicken. 6 backs, 3 extra chickens, bones extra. We also have think there might be a turkey back in there. There's some sort of, it may be a shank. It didn't look like a back. Matter of fact, I don't even think I put that in. Exnate that. I apologize. I think I put that one back in the freezer. Let's see. I know there's more. Bone, a beef neck. So cow neck. I had a good maybe pound or two of cow neck, just to see what it happens. One of the guys at the store suggested it. I think that might be it. I thought it was more. It feels like more, but I think it just had a quantity of the bones from the backs and the marrow bones. If I find out that I have more, I'll let you guys know. But it is definitely a hot stew going on right now. Where did I want to go with this? Yeah, so what I plan on doing when it comes to the actual edible portion, I do plan on drinking some of the bone broth tonight. I want a good, I don't know, maybe 2 cups, maybe a cup or 2 of bone broth. And I'm going to wean into that very slowly, maybe 2 cups over the course of a couple hours, maybe an hour or 2. But with that, I want to take in, I'm probably just going to feast. I'm probably just going to feast on stuff that comes out of the pot, right? So I have it in a good 6-gallon pot. And as I take out the marrow, I'm going to go nuts. Gonna go nuts! I've never eaten marrow on its own, so I cannot wait. Actually, that's a lie. I had a really, really, really tiny piece this morning just to see what it was like, and to see where it was at. It was maybe 8 to 10 hours in. Didn't really have much flavor. I thought it would have more, but no. So I'm gonna definitely eat the marrow. I'm gonna eat it very slowly. That's definitely something of a suggestion. Definitely just dropped something off of his, yeah, he did. He knows. Bro, go back. Dude just dropped something off the back of his tailgate, back of his truck. So I will be eating very slowly. The gelatin is for sure okay, at least justifiable in my head, at least being on a fast, because I don't even know if gelatin, marrow, I don't even know if marrow has calories. It may, I'm actually not even sure. But I'm basing it off of how dense the ingredient is, whatever I'm choosing to eat. I'm going to go into that idea a little bit later. So I might actually have a couple grapes tonight just to see, just to feel, just to get my body into the process. Grapes have an extremely high glycemic index, so they digest very fast. It's like it'll kind of be like an insulin spike when I eat the grapes. But I don't plan on eating a whole lot. I'm a grape fiend though. I love grapes. So if it depending on how they hit me, we'll see how many I eat, so to speak. As far as the stew goes, the marrow and the meat, what I take out of the pot, I'm basically going to. I'm only going for muscle meat, no fat. I don't want to be taken off. I know there's some fat on the chickens that I actually bought. The chickens that I cleared myself, there's no fat. Probably not even any meat on those either. But whatever meat I can pull out of there, protein meat, I might just nibble on it, see how it takes, see how I digest it, and see what comes about. I mean, I just want to feel. That's kind of the point of the fast. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. I don't want to eat too much. I don't want to eat a whole meal's worth, even though I never know. I mean, it doesn't take too much. I'm not a huge guy, right? But I'm fucking starving. So yeah, that's the plan for tonight. Tomorrow morning, good news. Talking to the pops. I got the dad coming out here. We're gonna go to the Cellar Door Coffee Company in Garrettsville. Great, quaint place. I might have to film it tomorrow. I don't think I can, but I think it would make for a great interview. Not an interview, but a good podcast, right? Podcast with the pops. Not that he'll allow it, but I'm just going to go over essentially the decision that I just made. He has no clue that I decided to take up this initiation, this process, this new. He has no clue. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit him up and chat with him. Let him know that it's that I'm ready to take on the reins of becoming a man. Whatever that means. I know what it means, but saying it to the father will be a totally different subject, seeing as I'm a 34-year-old big boy in my own mind, but I'm hoping a man in his. Those are hearsay words. Those are neither here nor there. It's very subjective on how we judge each other. My father is very, very wise, and it goes without saying. The Wisenhunts are a wise bunch indeed. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too gloating, but like I know I'm an idiot. Like I know my logic isn't that great, but when it comes to failure and learning, I gain much wisdom through failure. I know exactly what not to do in life. Granted, I still do it sometimes. I definitely know certain things shouldn't be done. So yeah, we're gonna hit up the pops, go chat with him, have a good day. As far as the food goes, that's essentially where I'm going with this. It's a coffee shop, but they also do breakfast sandwiches. I'm a little hesitant on the bread, and that's probably something I think I shouldn't do. However, it'll be pretty much the first thing that gets digested in my tract besides grapes, but the grapes will be digested easily by morning. The protein I'm hoping will be digested and completely used by 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. So I'll have like 12 hours, maybe 13 before I actually eat the bread meal. I already know what I'm going to eat, folks. I'm definitely going to double up on the protein, but it's a breakfast sandwich. So just like my typical Burger King croissants, where you got the ham, egg, cheese, bacon, sausage, it's much more healthier at this location. So I'm going to hit that up, get a double get double meat and just maybe a small piece of bread, see how the bread digests, get my meat in, and we're going to be good from there. I'm at home, just got home. Maybe I'll update you guys. Yeah, I know there's a lot of videos. I'm going to do a part 1 and part 2 for this. Day 3, part 1 and part 2 coming at you soon. Eat expressively, folks. Peace.